Okay, this is going to be, we're going to cover the test here, quiz for Algebra 2. Practice 2.2, or 2-2, okay? Find the slope of each line. Number 1, you got 2x minus 5y is equal to 0. Okay, what do we need to do? We need to put it in the form of y equals mx plus b, right? This is going to give you the slope. This is going to give you the y-intercept. It's asking to find the slope. So we've got negative 5y is equal to, subtract 2x from both sides, minus 2x. So this is going to be minus 2x over here. That's going to 0. So we've got negative 5y minus 2x, and we're going to multiply. It's got to be in the form of y equals mx, not negative, right? So we're going to divide both sides by negative 5, and that cancels out. We've got y is equal to negative divided by negative is what? Positive 2 over 5. 2/5 x. So that is the slope. That's number 1. Number 2, same process. 5x minus y is equal to negative 7. Put in the y equals mx plus b. We're going to subtract minus 5x from both sides. So we're going to have minus y is equal to minus 5x minus 7. I'm going to multiply through by negative 1 because this has got to be in the form of y, not negative y. So we're going to multiply through by negative 1. Negative times a negative is positive y. Negative times a negative is positive 5x. Negative is going to be a plus 7, right? Negative times negative 7. So the answer is, the slope is 5, right? Let me verify these answers here. Yeah, that's right, 2/5. All right, let's go to number 3. Practice 2-2. Okay, we're finding the slope of each line. Number 3 is x minus 2 over 3y minus 1/4. I'm sorry, equals 1/4. Same process. This is a positive x, right? So we're going to subtract x from both sides. So now we've got negative 2/3 y is equal to, we're going to subtract that x over here, minus x plus this 1/4 here. Now we've got to get rid of this 2/3, negative 2/3 in front of the y. So how do we do that? Well, we just invert and we do the same thing. Negative times a negative is positive, but we're going to go to a 3 over 2, right? These guys are going to cancel. And what do? We added this guy, or we multiplied this side by negative 2/3. So what do we need to do this side? So we've got y is equal to negative 2/3 times negative x plus 1/4. Let's tidy this up a little bit. We've got y is equal to negative times a negative is a positive 2/3 x. And negative 2/3, using the distributive property, negative 2/3 times 1/4 is going to be a negative 2/3 times 1/4. All we're worried about is the slope here, which is negative 2/3, by the way. Let me see if that, which is 2/3, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I screwed up. We multiplied by negative 3 over 2, not 2 over 3. Let me rewrite. Let me scratch that out again here, okay? So we multiply by negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2. Okay, so negative 3 over 2 times negative x is going to be what? Positive, right? Positive 3 over 2x. And then multiply negative times positive is going to be negative 3 times 2. 3 over 2 times 1 over 4. Then this is multiplication, so this is going to be y is equal to 3 over 2. We've already got the answer. 3 over 2 is the slope, right? Minus 3 times 1 is 3 over 2 times 4 is 8. Okay? But that's the answer. I'm probably running out of time on. Let me see if I can check the timing on this. So we got 5 minutes. YouTube's got a 10-minute limit here. All right, let me carry on here. So is that right? Number, yes, 3 over 2, correct. All right. Okay, number 4. Says, find the slope of each line. Okay. So in order to find the slope from a graph, that's what? Rise over run. Rise over run. Which is equivalent to what? Change in y divided by the change in x, which is equivalent to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. But what you do on these right here is, let's see here, it goes, let me see, you're going to have to look at your paper, but you're going to see that it's, looks like 1, 2, as it passes through the x-axis here, right here. Is that the x-axis? Yeah, that's the x-axis. And then it goes down 1, it crosses through here. Okay. All right, so how do you calculate the slope here? Is the change in y, or the rise over the run. This is, what kind of a slope is this? We're going from left to right, and the values are decreasing. So this is a negative slope. It's a negative slope. As we move from left to right, the y values decrease, okay? So an easy way to do this is just count down. You go 1, that's your y, that's your change in y, right? And don't worry about the signs. In other words, you should go, this should be negative, but you don't have to worry about it because we know it's going to be a negative slope. We're looking at it's a negative slope. So we're just going to count, we're just going to calculate the y values. So that's going to be 1 for y. It's y. It's going to be, change in y is going to be 1. Right? 1. And the change in x is going to be what? 2. 1, 2. So the slope is 1/2, but it's a negative 1/2 because we can tell by the slope of the line. All right? All right, that's number 4. Number 5. Let's see here. We've got this axis like this. And this comes out. Let's see here. Let's see. Basically, you got to find out where these guys cross on where they actually physically cross a coordinate right here, for example. Looks like it's crossing at 1, 2, 3. X equals 3 and y equals 2. So there's a point. X equals 3, y equals 2, and let's see, then it crosses at x equals, this is the second, this is number 5 by the way guys, crosses at x equals 1, y equals 1, so it crosses at x equals 1, I'm sorry, y equals negative 1. Well, you can actually count. You can actually count like I did before. So just look at the graph, or you can plug it into the slope formula. Remember the slope formula? M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. But you can actually pull these off of the graph paper here, right here, like I did on the last one. Okay. Let's see here. Number 6, same process. Let me see how much time we got left on YouTube here. All right, we got to cancel. I'll stop this and I'll continue on in the next video.